The Object 268, a vehicle that has been in World of Tanks Blitz for a very, very long time, and it's always been known as just a really good tank destroyer. There's nothing really fantastic about it. It's got good mobility, but the Foch beats it in that area. It's got good armor, but vehicles like the T110E3 and, again, the Foch do beat it in that area. But the gun, oh, it's a pretty solid gun at that. It's got a 640 damage per shot gun with 2,827 damage per minute, if, that is, you are running calibrated shells. For me personally, I do love myself Cali, just because that HE damage and, oof, that heat. But, yeah, obviously, it's always down to personal preference on your tank destroyers. There's a lot of good players I know that don't run calibrated because, well, frankly, you don't always need that amount of penetration. I just love it. So, you got 640 damage per shot on your standard, 545 on the heat, and 960 on the high explosive. The tank's got decent gun depression at 7 degrees, and as I did say, it's got pretty solid mobility, going 48 kilometers per hour forwards with a power to weight of 18.4, making it very similar actually in acceleration to a vehicle like the IS-7. Now, talking about the armor on the tank, it's actually, if you didn't know, based off of a T-10, otherwise known as the IS-8. If you ever look at the Object 268, and then let's actually get us to the IS-8 here. If you actually look at the Object the 268 and the side profile and compare it to the IS-8 and the rear, you'll notice they're literally the same. It's something that I never noticed until maybe last year. But yeah, they're basically the same vehicle. However, the 268 just has way better armor. So it's a good tank. That's why I like to call it the average tank destroyer. You know, there's a lot of vehicles like the 113 GFT, the Foch, the Jagdpanzer, the 183, and they're all very special in their own categories. Well, the 113 GFT is kind of in the same category as the 268, but this vehicle in particular really doesn't have anything that it stands out in. It's just good in everything. But because of that, it is honestly one of the best tier 10 tank destroyers. I don't think I've made a video on this tank in over a year, and I figured it's been enough time. The due date is ready, so we're going to see just what it's capable of doing in today's video. Now, the biggest issue with me personally in the 268 is how much freaking experience it costs to grind. I think it's like 350,000. It is the most expensive tier 10 in the game to research, which really sucks. The 268 it's a good vehicle, but man, for that much XP, I'd much rather go get a 113 GFT at that point. Just really, really stupid prey. Oh, wrong chat. There we go. But yeah, it's ridiculous on how much XP it does cost to research. The Object 704 isn't too bad on the XP, and I know that it carries the tier 10 gun already, which is nice, you know? It's got that 640 alpha, very nice penetration. I think it's literally the same gun as the ISU, just a tier higher, just better DPM, and actually I think it's the same DPM. Not much is better about the 704 gun, it just gets a much beefier armor profile. But I guess because of that, and you don't really need to get the gun unlocked on the 704, Wargaming's like, haha, we increase the XP of the tier 10. Either way, pushing my way into position, here we are, reaching up to 38 kilometers per hour. You can see the tank really isn't all that fast in acceleration, but once you do get up to that speed, it's pretty freaking nice. We got the E5 off to the side here, we've got the Grill 15, we've got the Waffenträger, we're going to aim on that E5, we've also got the WT, which I'm just going to, boop, there you go, 743 hit points taken off of that guy. And that's just how easy it is to rip hit points into the enemy tanks. Now, we do have the IS-7 off to the side. Not sure if that guy's planning on pushing forwards, what exactly the enemy team is planning on doing. Ooh, come on, IS-7, keep on pushing. Ooh, I really wanted that guy to keep going, but it looks like, just for now, he's not going to do that. Now, we do have that E5 over here. We're going to aim it on his turret cheek, and yeet! Ah! That was my fault. It went straight into his gun. Either way, we've got a pretty quick reload for a 640 damage gun at that. We do have the Jagdpanzer sitting right out in the open, which is, I guess, good and bad. I mean, he's going to take shots for us, but he's also going to bleed very, very quickly. Nice heat shell right into that E5's turret, though, because obviously this thing overmatches a lot of that turret armor. Now, that Jagdpanzer did get taken out, but because I know the Progetto is an auto reloader, I know that he's on a clip reload, which means, boom, there you go. Nice shot into the Progetto. Nice ram as well. We've taken off 700 hit points in total so far, and because, as I said before, this tank actually has pretty solid armor, we're gonna get some maybe okay bounces here and there. Let's see if we can get a shell into the Progetto. Boom, nice tap for 682, and with that, one more shell in this guy is going to be goose cooked. Here we go, aim, angle it, obviously because it's got some pretty troll armor. You can also get some decent angles here and there, so got a nice angle, and a goodbye, comrade, you are dead. So there you go, we're doing okay. You know, we've dealt 3,100 damage so far in this battle, and with that, now I've got to turn around and, oh, that's tortoise off to my side, turning, and now we've got to go finish off this tortoise. I didn't really want to do this to you, dude, but you asked for it. You really did. Yeet, you dead. Okay, now, again, let's turn around and see if I can help out my teammates. Now, in this exact scenario, not really a fan of what's happening in this game. My VK-45 is just chilling off on the side, and yeah, they got a lot of hit points left, way more than I'm probably going to be capable of dealing with. So this is definitely going to be a defeat, but gonna try my best here. Let's aim it on the side of that IS-7, and yeet! Oof! Nice heat shell into him there. I'll take it. We're at 4,100 damage, and even though this might not be a victory, it's a pretty decent game going for us so far. There's that IS-7 again. Let's aim in a heat shell on his front. Yeet! Oh, that went way off from where I was aiming. That's very, very sad at that. Now it's a 2 versus 4, and with that, I gotta be extremely careful. So what are we gonna do here? Well, we know that E5 is a one-shot, which is good. But I've got to be very careful again from that IS-7. We got the Waffenträger. Boom, he's dead. Now we're going to back our way up. Nice shot from the IS-7. No, I need the backup. Speed is key. Now, obviously, it's got a good reverse speed, actually, which is surprising. But, yeah, I need to definitely back up. Hopefully, this E5 is going to let me get the kill. Yeet! Yeet! All right, there we go. Let's back up. So, are we going to be able to win this? Well, because that E5 actually gave me a pretty nice tap there, we might be able to get a pretty decent chunk of damage out. The IS-7 did fire there, and with that, oh, I was really hoping we might be able to get that out. But, no, we were not able to just there. So what I'm going to do is clearly we know the enemy E100 is off to the side. Ooh, but that IS-7's pushing in. If that IS-7's going to push in, I might just be able to get a nice tap in here anyway. So let's try and do that. Let's just push over here. Maybe we can get a nice tap in, and let's see. Aiming. There we go. You missed, which is good for me. So let's aim in a shell. Yeet. There you go. Nice tap for 600 damage there. We've got the E100 left. The IS-7 still doing his job, hoping that VK gets some nice bounces. Thank you very much, good sir. Let's put on my adrenaline here. Maybe we can get a nice tap into the IS-7 if he's going to poke this. Come on, poke it, dude. You know you want to. I'm just going to wait here. I will wait this entire time. There you go. And yeet. Beautiful shell into the IS-7. Come on, VK, I believe in you, my dude. We're almost at 6,000 damage as well, which is pretty ridiculous when you do think about it here. That IS-7's still just chilling back there, and, oof, I gotta be very careful here. I don't want to get hit by that E100, of course. That is my biggest threat, but, don't really know what that IS-7's planning. That is the biggest question that we all have. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to push off to the side, and maybe, just maybe, this is going to be perfect for finishing you off, aiming, and yeet! There you go. Perfect shell into the, what's that? I'm losing my mind. It's very early in the morning, but yes, that was a very nice shell into you. We do have the E100 left over here. Maybe, just maybe, we're going to be able to pen him, aiming, and yeet! There you go. 800 max roll. This is now 7,000 damage dealt. That E100 is going to aim at that VK-45, and what that means is I'm going to turn my vehicle. We're going to aim in a shell onto the side of the E100. I'm not sure if we're going to be able to win this, but I'm going to try my damnedest best. So right now I'm in a big situation, a very tricky situation at that, but I'm hoping that I'm going to be able to bounce the shell. I'm really, oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That is what I'm talking about. Yes, yes, and yes. 202 damage taken out on to the E100, and that is a perfect game to talk about the Object 268, 8,400 damage. Not only is that 8,400 damage, but I'm calling it there. I'm not doing another game. It's 5:43 in the morning, and yeah, thank you Wargaming for a fantastic game. There you have it. A game that was soon to be terrible, and we were able to showcase almost every single good thing about the 268. Now, normally I don't do... Oh, my replays are disabled. Well, good thing the game was recorded live, I guess, right? But what I did want to show there is at the end, the reason I was actually able to bounce that E100 shell is a very tricky thing you can do. And that is, because as I did say, the armor is angled on this vehicle. You can actually, the same example I did on the Progetto 65, is you can actually angle the armor away from where they're looking. So that E100, let's say you can see my mouse here. If he's looking at this plate, normally he'd want to look at it like this because it's very easy to pen. So what I'll do is I'll angle my tank like this, so when he's aiming there, it's very hard to hit, and it's blocked by my mantlet. Then when he aims over here, I'll turn my tank this way, and I'll do the same thing. And that's basically what I was trying to do there against that E100. I knew just from watching him, he wasn't obviously the best player. So, because of that, we were able to take advantage. Granted, get a lucky bounce, but 8,400 damage. Man, is that one sexy game. Thank you very much for watching today's video. As always, if you'd enjoy it and you'd like to see more like it, please consider smashing that subscribe button down below. Stay happy, stay healthy, and I'll be seeing you in the next one. Bye-bye!